Hi, I'm Rich Wagon with RW Coaching, and today my video is gonna be political. The reason I'm doing this video is not only because of my son, but it's because when you do life coaching, we fight for better lives and better world. So just a reminder that before we are Democrats or Republicans or anything like that, we are humans. Although I think some guys on DC might be not on the side of human being. So the Healthcare Act, before anybody said anything, I downloaded, I read it. It's very confusing for in a few things here, because they talk about a lot about laws and stuff like that, and a lot of this, yes, we're only gonna see the effects when it comes into play. However, there's two major things that I saw here and understood is that they're gonna have a huge cut of Medicaid and in the pre-existing part of, so that is my concern, because my son had Medicaid. His expenses are huge. We spent 130 days in the hospital, and when he was first born, and like due to that, I lost a few clients. My wife ended up not working anymore due to his care. So like it's not like we are sucking on the system. It's just the fact that he needs extra care. And when it comes to care, that's a huge problem too, because Medicaid don't pay the nurses that well, so they have either a second job or they're going to school and they come to work at night. We caught 3 of them sleeping here before. Therefore, I told my wife, like, I'm gonna work a lot extra so we can take care of him, because I just don't rely putting my son's life in somebody else, in somebody that is gonna sleep on the job. So we don't have that trust. So now we cut the nurses, even though he requires 24/7. But if they I don't even know if the cut's gonna affect Luke on the case, but the cut's gonna affect a lot of people and a lot of the service. And it's very important to, to read about this, because it will affect a lot of people. And for example, I had to buy a new car, a bigger car for Luke, but now with the wheelchair, I'm gonna have to get a van to adapt. So in all those with those expenses, I still have other things to do. Therefore, like my business is back running again. Like I'm growing, but even if I lose Medicaid and I go to a private insurance, that's the other point here, he have a pre-existing condition, so they can deny that. And honestly, living on an institution, putting Luke on an institution is not an option. When I had decided to have my son, we planned it, we did all the financial stuff. We talked to my wife and I. We said, okay, he has. We both work from home. We both have a decent salary. We'll be able to do this. However, when he was born, like he had a condition that we didn't know. It was totally unexpected for us. Therefore, this happened, and then that's why we need Medicaid. Trust me, I'm the last guy that wants to be dependent on Medicaid or anything like that, and I'm working to do that. But like I said, once you get out of, when the cuts comes in and you get out of Medicaid, he already have a pre-existing condition. So how are I gonna find an insurance that is gonna cover him, knowing that he have all those expenses and all those machines and everything like that? So it's sad, and I think it's up to us as humans to fight for this, because this is just like, for me it's just BS. Okay, um, so if you don't believe me, just download, read it. Like I said, it's very confusing for uh, regular people to, I guess, like if you were a politician or something, you understand this a little bit better, but I doubt that they understand that well. But or if you're a lawmaker or a lawyer or something. However, like those two things for me caught my eyes. It's the pre-existing condition, and the fact that they're gonna make huge cuts on Medicaid. Uh, so I made it a few videos behind the scenes that are gonna keep it rolling after this, and I show a little bit of what Luke uses, and a little bit of the expenses. Like a lot of the stuff, like we even pay out of our pocket because we need extra, and then the insurance doesn't send enough. So please take a look at it, share, and if you don't agree, the time to do something is now, because it's passing, and I think there's only a few more steps before this get approved, and we just need to do something. I understand there's like a few people that even might use the system. However, it's not everybody's case. Like it's definitely not my case, and there's a few other people that that is not their case either. So yes, it's a little bit sad, and it worries me, my wife, and Luke. But I know everything's gonna be okay in the end. We just need to fight it for, and like I said, it's the time is now. I'm here. It's 9:48. Just finished working, as you can see. So I'm not sucking up on the system. And the first rule of fighting for your rights is knowledge. Here's the bill, the healthcare bill. So I'm gonna read every single thing so I can understand, and I can care less about my own health insurance, but Luke's health insurance, I'm gonna fight for it. So we gotta figure out exactly what's going on so we can do something about it. And once again, it's Friday night, 9:48. Just got done working, and here, Mama too. We just sent the mail for, what's his name?
Marco Rubio.
Marco Rubio. And we're not gonna be playing Marco Rubio in the pool. So, and our baby boy is sleeping right here. He has a trach, a vent, suction machine, cough assist, so many things, and just one of us is working in order to give him the best care. So let's fight for it. Luke used this machine to breathe. Wholesale, it's about 14,000 plus this video here, this machine here, to keep his humidity. This is the suction machine. Okay, the portable one, because he have another one that it stays in place, plus the cough assist, which help him clear it up, which is another $15,000. This one here, I don't have much an idea of how much it is. I couldn't find it. In terms of machines, we got one, two, three, four. The oxygen levels. They measure his heart rate and oxygen. He needs 24/7, technically 24/7. Technically 24/7 care, but right now he only gets mommy and daddy cares, which is 24/7. We have only one nurse that comes 3 times a week because the other one sleeps on a job, which we're gonna talk about that later. He also have the feeding machine that he gets feed through his G tube. Yes, he have also like the oxygen concentrator, which is another chunk of money. Plus we have 2 small oxygen tanks downstairs and a big oxygen tank downstairs.
The vest.
He have a vest to help him cough, to take the secretions out, which we save in the other room because it's a lot of stuff. He also have the AFOs for his ankles. He have stuff for his knees, and a bracelet for his chest. So what I'm trying to say is the medical expense, it's quite a bit here. And as far as I remember, I think we hit the bottom, right? Or do we have anything else that I am missing here?
No, I think we're good.
The vest, the 2, this. So
You guys therapy
basi-
twice a week?
yeah,
Twice a day?
he got therapies twice a day. Yeah, he had speech 2 times a week. He have PT 3 times a week. He have OT 2 times a week, and development 1 time a week. So we're supposed to receive. Insurance only give 200 of this. He usually use about 225 pretty much. So we need to save it on that. Trach ties. We're supposed to change this every day, which we do, but they only provide us 14 a month, so we buy the rest. Same thing with those babies here, the filter for the air, which can get really dirty, and especially for us that we are very active with him. We only get 2, so we buy the rest as well. Gloves and stuff like that, we have plenty, but those major things, that's from the insurance, but the major things is this that he using more, the filter and the trach ties, which they're not enough, and we have to, even with Medicaid, we have to pay extra. For the machines, that's pretty much it. So as you see, I downloaded this on Friday night. I just finished work. I read it throughout the weekend. I did my homework. And you could see what stuff that Luke uses and how it can deeply affect us. And this is like a hard-working family. And you probably might know a few other people that can happen. So if you agree, and if you, like I said before being a Democrat, before being a Republican or a liberal or whatever you think whatever your label is, we are human beings. And this, for me, it's inhumane. So putting Luke in an institution, it's not a solution. His place is at home, and with those huge cuts, yes, there is a concern that can happen something to us, and many other families, and with the pre-existing condition, I don't know how we can get an insurance. Um, just to have an idea, when Luke was born, he had to go through a bunch of tests, and we had insurance on that time. And right now we cancel insurance because it went way too high. But a few of the tests that he needed to be done in the NICU, it was denied, and we had insurance on that time. So even for him, before we got Medicaid, so that's just like a little bit of how bad can it get. So, and it's like the other day I was explaining to one of my friends, it's like it's not that he takes antibiotic for his trach right here, that a bottle like this big is $200. Okay, the other day by mistake we threw it away. So instead of I could easily say like, oh, we got Medicaid, whatever, let's just get another one. I went to the trash and picked it up. Like it was wrapped up on the paper, so it was good to use. But I put my hand in the trash and I pick it up because for me, it's not about just having insurance and whatever. It's a principle. Like if I have it, I'm just not gonna suck it up from the system just because I lost it, and I don't want to put my hands in the trash. So what I'm trying to say is read it, okay, do your homework, talk to your senators, and if we need to do something extra, there's a lot of petitions going on right now, sign them and do whatever it takes, because it's gonna affect everybody. And the pre-existing condition, that's crazy, because right nowadays almost everybody has something. Like, for example, I have hypothyroidism, so whenever I get my insurance back again, because I don't have insurance now, which I don't care, the most important for me is Luke. However, if I go take it, they can deny it just because I have hypothyroidism. So look it up. You can see that I'm not lying. I did the homework. I read it. So that's what it is. Okay. Check it out. And if you like the video, thumbs up, share it, whatever you feel like doing. Okay. Because we're all human beings before we be any label in this world. Okay. Feel good.